welcome back. It's a real quick one today. We're chilling out, we're kicking back. It's Labor Day over in the US today, so we'll be taking a little chill out before we're joined by Kevin, NeSe. Two Kevins for the price of one today. Check your chat. Are you on live chat? Get it off top chat. Get onto live chat. Place to be. And I'll be with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. That's right, folks, the Kev Baker Show. I provide, you decide. Welcome back. Yes, no long, drawn-out intro today. We're just chilling. We're kicking back. I've got a little coffee on the go. A little bit of PPP, if you're into that kind of thing. And a big warm welcome to all of you. It's Labor Day, if you're over in the US. How you all doing? Wherever you are around the world. All 21 of us. Hardcore. You know, if you're here right now, you are absolutely hardcore. There's no hope for you. Even I've lost hope for you if you've stuck with me this long. I'm telling you, folks. But Jules, Sid, AJ, Lydia, Stavros, Rick, ZX, India, Kane. I like that. And I love lurk mode. Yeah, I'm a long time lurker on a lot of streams. And I see a lot of you out there. Not in a judgmental way. I'm on the very same streams, so it's not like I can say anything, is it? But it's good to see you. And like I said, it's going to be something really kind of chilled back, kicked back, kind of chilled out and kicked back, not chilled back and kicked out. Maybe I will get kicked out. Who knows? But yeah, we're just going to chill out. Last night's show was really, really good. Lydia, I know you were there. ZX, many of you were there last night. Big shout out to Liberty DeVito. And I was quite honest with Liberty. You know, I haven't read his book yet. Didn't even really know of who he was until I started to do the kind of deep dive in preparation for the show. But the one thing I'll take away from that, you know, all the albums in the world, all of the big kind of arena tours and world tours. What a guy, right? So down to earth. You know, the minute he started speaking to us off air before the show, it was like he'd known us forever. I've met famous people before. I've spoke to some famous people before, and usually they tend not to speak back. I think that was really, really nice, last night's show. And it took us away from some of the more serious kind of stuff out there. Way too serious, the world right now, right? And it was just nice to kind of unplug and do something a little different on a Sunday. And I am absolutely loving working with Bill and Travis. I can't speak highly enough of the both of them. Travis will be our special guest on the main Kev Baker Show tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we do have one story I want us to look at today, and I'll go into the chat room in a moment. I'll see what you're all saying. Like I said, it's chilling out. You're having coffee with the Kev. Did I just call myself the Kev? I really need to get a grip, right? But a really cool story about something very, very rare. Once in a blue, not moon, a blue whale. Yeah, we'll be taking a little look at that in just a moment. And it takes us right back down to one of our favourite places, Australia. Pretty cool stuff. Nice little chilled out stream ahead of Kevin. Two Kevins for the price of none today. Because you can listen free over on tfrlive.com in 51 minutes time. And I'll be joined by, like I say, another Kevin. And Kevin is doing something quite monumental right now. I don't think this is the first time he's done this, but he's taking part in something called #Roll4US. Now, if we come over here, if you haven't subscribed to the Kev Baker Show channel that you're on right now, do it. Come on, you got to do it. Right, but if we come over here, here's Kevin's Twitter. Now, I want Kevin to have a lot more than just 1 or 2 followers after this show today. We'll refresh it. Still only got 1 follower. That'll be me. I want all of you to show Kevin some support. He's made a big impact on us in the time I've known him. For years I've known Kevin now. I know a lot of you out there really, really love speaking to Kevin or listening to Kevin as well. I heard him on Brent Thomas's Night Terror stream last night. He reads out ghost stories and things, and I lurk in there. Usually nice to wind down, a little bit of paranormal. You know I love the paranormal. And I seen Kevin, he phoned in. I didn't see him, I heard him. And he was talking about what he's taking part in. So I'm going to post his link over there. Hey Rose, good to see you as well. And Kevin's also got a YouTube channel. I'm going to post a link to that too. I'd love for you to support Kev. Maybe some of you don't really know Kev's full story. He's going to come on and share that tonight. But to give you a taste of what we're talking about here, this is why I take inspiration from this guy. He's a fellow ex-serviceman, veteran as you call it, over there in the US. And I don't think maybe many people really appreciate what it is that Kev's going through. So I think the very least we can do, and I've not even liked that, it's terrible. I'd put it on, you'd sent me it before the show, I haven't even watched all of this yet, but I think the least we can do is maybe subscribe to his channel, show some support, share his links, raise awareness about Roll for US. You'd not only be helping me out, but you'd be doing a big, huge turn to Kev. You know, I'm going to try and do as much as I can in the time that he's taking part in this. I know he's making press releases and stuff like that. There's other people taking part in this as well. And yeah, maybe sometimes folks, when you're having a crappy day or, you know, something's annoying you, always bear in mind that there are other people out there dealing with things maybe that make what your problems are not insignificant, but put them into perspective. And I'm really looking forward to speaking to Kev later on. And I want to give a big shout out to our man, our boy, Kevin McCairn. I was listening to his stream just before we came on air today, and he was talking about 2 of his favourite characters. You need to go and watch the stream, folks. Go and watch his channel. But I was lurking, and I came into the stream late, so I rewound it, went right back to the start, told the chat room, right, I need to go back to the start, find out what's happening. And about 20 minutes into it, I'm kind of pottering about, and I hear my name, or I hear woo-woo getting mentioned, and I thought, oh, that must be me. I know that's really, really like narcissistic and egotistic, thinking anyone that says woo-woo, it must be to do with him. But I want to give you a big shout out, the audience here, because we took Kevin over 100 live viewers when he was on the Kev Baker show last week, and I want to thank him for what he said. He was talking about how we often go down the rabbit holes. We often go and explore some of the craziest topics imaginable. But Kevin was kind of pointing out that despite that, I know there's a time and a place when you have to ditch the kind of woo, ditch some of the fun and games that we like to get up to, and talk about something serious. So I want to thank Kevin for recognising that, and anything I can do to smash him through that 100 live viewers next time he's on. Definitely. He's a good bloke. Really, really good bloke. I enjoy speaking to him. I'm just enjoying everything that's going on right now, folks. I truly am. And I'm going to come into the chat room before we get to our once in a blue whale. There's something you don't hear every day, right? ZX, yes, indeedy. Just because of the Kev Baker show too, I'll follow. Awesome. I'll follow too. Hashtag I will follow too. I like that. I like that. Join the chans, don't miss a thing. Yeah, KBS Extra, that's right. Damn, dude, I forgot I had that. Holy shimoly. Let's write that down. You see, ZX is a very integral part of the operation here. Because without his Discord skills, I don't think any of that would be happening, to be honest with you. Lisa, who else is there? The Wookiee, Storm Vector, aka Scotty Lopez, who has totally broken the music on there. And I hope Scott listens to this. It's intentional that I'm winding him up, but he's broke the music. It's getting cray-cray. It's like all kind of shouty, roary people, and you can't make out what they're saying. A pesky fly near my webcam. Was it? I think it was. Bill Bean, if he'd seen that, he'd have been, whoa. Bill doesn't do flies. He thinks there's some real bad juju going on when he sees them. I hope you're all enjoying Warrior Mode. I think it's brilliant. We've got me and Bill. We have our bit of shtick about Musk. We've got Travis, the kind of in between. He acts as a kind of, I don't know. I think it all just kind of gels well together. I'm really enjoying that. Things are good right now. Sidvich, Scotty is awesome. I love the music. See, something for everyone. Everybody's got different taste. My taste is all over the place. Like, I can easily, I wouldn't go out and buy a classical album, but sometimes if I hear a bit of classical music on, or maybe flick onto the classic FM or something, yeah, I can listen to a bit of that, and then I can go all the way to kind of drum and bass and rapping, everything in between, but I really prefer going back to like the 80s or 90s. Yeah, a bit of a nostalgic guy. It gets the memories going, right? Now, I've seen a thing as well about older people. I say older people, I think I'm getting there myself. You ever find yourself forgetting things? Like, not Mandela's, forgetting things. I do. I think Dementia Dan is waiting around the corner for me. Or Alzheimer's, one of the two. Hey, you gotta go somehow, right? But I watched an awesome documentary one time about how they put these people into kind of, how would you put it? Like a time machine without a time machine. They put them into maybe houses that were done up in 70s decor. They put like 70s music on. And then these dementia or Alzheimer's sufferers, they went there and seriously, folks, the difference was you could measure it. You know, these people, it's almost, I mean, we'll get it now, right? Somebody plays a tune. You might just be passing a shop and you hear a song and wow, you're thrust back, aren't you? Sometimes the memory can be so vivid. I can't remember what I'd done this morning when I got out of bed, right? But all of a sudden, a couple of chords of a tune and you're way back there. And I don't know, it's obviously something with the brain. It's kind of cool. But yeah, that was a cool documentary. Don't know how I got here. You see, told you, I'm forgetful. I don't even know how I started talking about this. So in the chat room, Leslie hears me. I don't know what we were talking about, Leslie, but I'm with you. I totally agree with whatever we said. We've got Queen Goddess in there. Greg, good to see you. Karen, she sent me a story at the weekend. Synchronicity. It was about a crazy UFO signal. Hang on, before we get to our blue whale, I'll show you this because this is the kind of synchronicity that happens when you're the Kev Baker show. So I get sent this kind of link here from Karen, right? SOS message from another galaxy interpreted or intercepted by NASA. Now, long story short, this isn't a new story, and in fact, it's been quite controversial over the years. I'm confident in saying, in the kind of tertiary kind of research I've done into it, no original link from a NASA press release that some of the scientists mentioned absolutely exist. But I think it probably falls under the banner of clickbait. But it got me and Karen talking about alien messages, and one that we do know is real. Remember the WOW message by SETI? Remember that? And Karen asked me a good question, you know, and I don't have an answer, really. I mean, surely now, maybe. well, there's a whole heck of a lot of opportunities in there. But surely now, maybe, possibly, indefinitely, with AI, could we maybe let it listen to that signal and then compare it to all the other noise and chatter that comes from space that maybe we just kind of disregard as insignificant, and can it decode it, or can it pull out other kind of messages? And then today, looking for stuff to talk about, and bada bing, bada boom, I find this. Want to talk to aliens? Try changing the technological channel beyond the radio. Been saying it forever. Many times have you heard me and even Brendan Drackler, astrophysicist, right? Guy works on this kind of stuff. Maybe we're going about it all wrong. Yeah, we use radio waves and things like that, but who the hell's to say that the aliens do? And there's a paper out now suggesting that we need to try as many different ways as possible. Even things that we haven't thought of yet, which for me is almost like inside talk for the AI is going to come up with something. And there's still a part of me that thinks the minute that D wave was switched on with a good quantum AI in it, it was communicating with the aliens anyway. But that's for another show. It's for another time. Yes, indeed. So, once in a blue whale. Ever heard anyone saying that apart from me? Nah, me either. Once in a blue moon? Yeah, it's a pretty common phrase. Everyone knows that one. But literally, once in a blue whale. So this is the BBC. You know how I love them. Sydney Blue Whale. Sounds like the name of a cool kind of jazz band from the 70s, doesn't it? The Sydney Blue Whale Band. You see, all that talking with musicians yesterday, it's got me thinking musical. Rare sighting was possibly the third in 100 years. Now, I had no idea. A, there was a blue whale. B, the kind of elusive nature that it tends to display or not display, as the case obviously is. But look at that thing, folks. That there is stunning. So it says a blue whale has been spotted off the coast of Sydney in Australia for possibly only the third time. I can't do the accent, it's not happening today. In almost 100 years. Wildlife authorities say it should really be the late great, rest in peace, Steve Irwin should be reporting on this. Remember him, the crocodile hunter? Loved that show. Absolutely loved it. Oh, what a guy. And then a stingray, wasn't it? Awful. So, back to this. See how I just kind of go here, there, everywhere, and then I forget where I've been and I'm going. And what are we talking about again? What's my name? Dave, that's right. The whale was seen last month in waters near the beachside suburb of Maruba in New South Wales. What a place, Maruba. You're only going to get a place called Maruba down in Australia, aren't you? And what's going on down there right now? Dang, dude. That's for another show altogether. We need to talk about that. Time to call on some Australian friends to come on and talk about that, I think. So the New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Services confirmed that it's an extremely rare sighting on Friday. Now, if we come down here, look at that. Would you just look at that thing? How gorgeous is that? And copyright Sean's perception. It says, where do I start? I'm speechless, but could blur out a million things at the same time. Yesterday, watching a lot of humpbacks travelling south in my usual spot at Maruba, one of the great wonders of the magical ocean appeared in front of me. Quite a really, I like his style of writing here. Quite accomplished, this one. A blue whale, and he's emoji literate. I like this. I'm liking this guy, his approach to this historic moment. The largest living animal on Earth. There's a severe lack of full stops in all of this. Are you taking note of that? You'll know what I mean if you're a long-time lurker, long-time listener, long-time viewer. So it says, although So large, they are incredibly hard ever to see, especially on the east coast of Australia. So, to put their size into perspective, they grow to around 30 meters. And their tongue weighs the same as an elephant. A tongue weighing the same as an elephant? Ladies, ladies, stop it, stop it. I know, it's the stuff that only dreams are. It's once in a blue whale, okay? Maybe you're married to a blue whale, I don't know. Hats off. Their heart is the size of a car. Their heart is the size of a car? Think about that. I think it would look pretty cool. How cool would it have been if he'd come along and got a photograph of it with a mermaid on its back, or a selkie, or if it changed, if it like shape shifted right in front of it? I'm not going to make it silly. Not going to make it silly. But it looks like it goes down over what he said. We've just read that out. Unlike the humpback whale, which is showing signs of an annual population recovery, awesome, of about 10 to 11%, the blue whale population in New South Wales waters remains elusive. That's why opportunistic sightings like this one are so incredibly valuable, and they improve our understanding of where these species live and suggest if there are measures we need to consider to try to protect them. Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. And listen, it doesn't make you all tree hugger or signed up to the lifelong membership to the club of...
How dare you!
For us all to agree that the state of our oceans, they're an absolute state, right? I mean, come on. It's almost ad nauseum to say we've been bad stewards of this planet. And that alone, I mean, have you ever taken a look at that kind of, the sea of plastic that's out there? Probably some people will say it's not real, I don't know. Nothing's real nowadays, right? But I think we can all agree that, you know, when there's things like that kicking about, you know, we really, when you think about it, it's an alien world. We talk about the aliens all the time on here, but the real aliens, I mean, the ocean, right? That ain't for us. We ain't living down there anytime soon, same as they ain't living up here anytime soon. Although, beware, remember the walking shark that we looked at one time? That is absolutely terrifying. Let's face it, right? You don't want to come across a walking shark anytime. But in 2020, more than likely, isn't it? It is. So I'm going to take a quick drink of coffee. I'm going to, you know, chill out, relax, kick back. I got it all right this time. And then I'll come into the chat. We'll have a look, see if there's anything funny happening out there around the world. I haven't looked at the Florida man for a while. 2020 has absolutely decimated the fun that we used to have with that phenomena called Florida man. Now, I don't think the Florida man has got any more wise or living a life less crazy. I just think that times that they caught up with Florida man. 2020, wouldn't it have been cool if it had been the Chinese year of the Florida man? I think it would have been pretty appropriate, right? I'm just saying. Just a thought. I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Okay, somebody's laughing in the background. Who's talking on my stream? Don't do it. It's okay. I had a video playing, folks. It's okay. So remember, thank you all for being here today. Absolutely awesome. You'll see down below the incoming messages in the chat room, of course, is our rogues gallery. The usual suspects, as I like to call them. Awesome. If you want to be in the lineup down there with all of these amazing KBSers, all you've got to do is head on over to Discord, get me one of these emojis. It doesn't even need to look like you. Mine looks nothing like me, okay? I'm the only honest man here, though. Do you know why? Because you get to see my face every day, so you all know it looks nothing like me, right? But, yeah, get them in. It's a bit of fun. And, of course, we've got that happening, and the memberships. Yes, we need to talk about that. They are coming this week. This week they will be here. So if you want to become a member of ready Bakerville, then I've got your back. So probably on Freaky Friday we'll launch that, and we'll be good to go. And I want to thank everyone that supports the channel here. I know that I hope I know that you know we do many different things. We balance many plates, but right here on KBS2, this is the woo, this is the fun. We stay away from the doom, the gloom, all of the deepest and darkest rabbit holes, and this is where we can come and get away from it all. This is where you can come and see me goof off, game from time to time. So if you're anti-gamer, I understand. I understand if you want to unsubscribe, but I'm gonna have some fun. You got to have some fun, and I have fun gaming, so I think we could chill out and watch me playing Fall Guys sometime, right? And I just want to thank all of you for what you do, because I couldn't keep doing what I do on TFR and over here without the support of all of you. And even if you're sitting there right now thinking, I've never really supported Kev, you do. You come here. You can do a whole heap of good just by clicking like. We've got to cancel out always 2 negative downvotes to begin with, alright? We start in debt. We know there's people hang about and just wait. It'll be 3 or 4 soon. Mark my words, okay? It's gonna happen. But that helps. Fires us up the algorithm. Helps the algorithm notice us. Share it on Facebook, over on Twitter. Yes, I called it that. That's what I call it. And it does help. It helps as much as clicking a super chat or hitting the PayPal. So thank you so much. And before I go and get Kevin today, the blue whale, once in a blue whale, got me thinking, what are the kind of rarest animals out there? So we're going to take a look at 9 of them. Sound good before we head off and sail into the kind of harbour of Speculation Island and meet up with Kevin for 2 Kevins for the price of none. That's the name of tonight's show. Hashtag Roll for US. And if you want to know what Roll for US is all about, join me on the main show in just under half an hour's time. And of course, I'll have it on in Discord as well. I got you covered. You're all covered here. So let's take a look at some of the rarest ones out there. And I must admit, first one up, gorgeous. Here you go. There we have the Amur leopard. And it says there are around 70 mature Amur leopards left in the world. Only 70. Making it one of the rarest, most endangered big cats on this earth. Carol Baskin, get your horrible off the leopard. Right? Baskin, no. None of it. Jules in the chat, she was at a big cat place recently. Absolutely. I'm a cat guy. What can I say? Also, it's also one of the most beautiful, boasting a unique patterned coat of black splodges and flecks that make it easily distinguishable from other leopards. Leslie, thank you so much, sister. Thank you. Truly, thank you for that. So if you're super lucky, you might spot this critically endangered cat in the Primorsky Krai region of Russia. Ah, the motherland. Or in northeast China. Yeah, within the Jilin province. Don't think we'll be seeing many of those, will we? So, next up, this thing here. Now, Seriously, who agrees? Does the rhino not look still like a dinosaur? If you've seen that kicking about in Jurassic Park, wouldn't look out of place, I don't think. Maybe in amongst pterodactyls and big T-Rexes, maybe. But I think that's like a dinosaur. Yeah. So it says here, the Sumatran rhino. Alongside the Havan or Javan rhino, the Sumatran rhino is one of the most threatened rhino species in the world. It's also the smallest, and there are a handful left in Sumatra, Borneo, and Malay Peninsula. But it's not just the species' resilience. There are fewer than 100 left that makes it so impressive. It's its ancestry. The Sumatran rhino is closely related to the extinct woolly rhinoceros than any other rhino species that exists today. A woolly rhinoceros. I didn't even know there was such a thing. Woolly mammoths. Yep, woolly rhinoceros. Does that mean it was like the Ice Age? It must have like been living in really cold kind of climate, you would think. Yeah, I'm just saying. I ain't no rhinologist. However, I don't think a rhinologist is a thing. Oh, look, this cheeky monkey. We have got the Hainan gibbon. And it says the beautiful Hainan gibbon is a victim of hunting and habitat loss, forcing its ever dwindling numbers down to just 25. Holy shamoly! And thus making it the rarest ape on the planet. The only place you can spot one is in Bawangling National Nature Reserve in China's Hainan Island. This is home to the last surviving population, which is restricted to a single spot in the forest. Only 25 of them. How cool do they look? How cool. Yeah. Monkeys, man. Who doesn't like monkeys? Monkeys are kind of, I don't know, they're just kind of like us, you know? The big boy. Oh, don't mess. The gorilla. So, the gorilla from Manila. I don't know if it's from Manila or not, but we'll find out in a moment. Although the mountain gorilla population has increased, well, we could maybe say that gorillas may be getting miscounted. There may be a bit of an identification problem going on. We might need to get our pronouns in order for the nature world. What about the Bigfoot? Maybe the Bigfoot is a misunderstood gorilla. Maybe it's just a flamboyant, shy gorilla. It kind of jumps out and then goes away and hides again. It gets embarrassed about it. Maybe. So it says, although the mountain gorilla population has increased, particularly over recent years thanks to conservation efforts by the WWF.
How dare you?
No, Greta. Greta, they're saving them. I thought you'd like that. So spotting a gorilla in the wild, why I've taken to talking to Greta down here, all I've got is an empty can of Coke. I have no idea. So one of the most intrepid of travellers opt for, I really can't read anymore. I've forgotten how to read. Only the most intrepid of travellers. Now, I think the most intrepid of travellers would be Doctor Who. Time travellers intrepid, right? If they can do it, opt for the Democratic Republic of Congo. So not quite the gorilla in Manila, like I promised you. Although, there's still half the paragraph to go. Don't get judgy. So while the more security conscious will embark on a trek in Rwanda or Uganda. Now, without sounding really cruel to Rwandans or Ugandans or Democratic Republic of Congoans, none of those places really is anywhere that anyone that is security conscious is going to go. You think? You think? I don't think so. Maybe more a gated community or one of these kind of luxury gated kind of resorts. Oh, I don't know. Maybe over in the Bahamas or something like that. I don't see your security conscious people going trekking out in the back of beyond in Rwanda. That ain't happening. So the permit costs in excess of $500 for an hour. It's totally worth forking out though. As the largest of the great apes, as the largest of the great apes and sharing over 98% of their genetic code with humans, seeing these primates in the wild is an utterly thrilling experience. With it being only 2% removed from our DNA, I'd make a case that I've seen a few good looking gorillas kicking about in Glasgow over the past couple of years. Gorillas walk amongst us. Yes, indeed. I remember a guy I worked with. I won't say him because obviously there's like nearly 60 people here and I wouldn't shame anyone like that. But like when we worked with a guy, man, this was like crazy. He would like take his t-shirt off and you would like, the first time you seen it, it was like, holy crap. Do you look at it? Do you not look at it? Do you shout? Do you throw a shoe at it? It honestly looked like a Sasquatch. And my mate Scott, he spotted it straight away, man. He's like, I wondered how you were going to react to that. React it? I don't know whether to hunt it or run away from it. Yeah, really hairy dude. Luckily enough, I don't look like an ape when I get undressed, but turns out they're not that uncommon anyway, so I don't really know why it makes the kind of the list. I'm not happy with that. The black-eyed, not children. You thought I was going to go black-eyed children. Now, they're rare. But the black-eyed leaf frog. Any relation? So it says here. There's not even a picture of it. The bulging, right, we need to find that. The black-eyed leaf frog. Black-eyed leaf frog. Aye, we've all seen him. Aye. Big time. Cool looking thing, right? So, if you see one of them, they're actually endangered. Who knew? Where do we get to? There we are. So, the bulging, inky pupils and lime green skin of the black-eyed leaf frog, Morlet's free frog. Free frog? Free the frog! Nobody's imprisoned it. It's okay. Really is a sight to behold. If you're lucky enough to catch a glimpse, that is. Now, the species is critically endangered, but can be spotted in the wetlands of Belize, Brazil, El Salvador, Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala. Now, make sure you're looking carefully, though. This tiny amphibian is less than 65 millimeters long. That's crazy. And there's only a few of them left. You might stand on the last one and never know it. Watch where you're walking, okay? If you're going to Belize or El Salvador. Now, these things here, me no like bats. I don't like bats for various reasons. I remember when I was young, used to get told about how they'd get stuck in your hair, and it'd be like one of the warnings of our parents about going up into the woods and these scary houses and all that. But you get the bats up there. Oh, don't get up there. Don't do bats. Caves as well. Not that there was any real caves where I grew up, but yeah, there was bats. I don't like the bats. Do you like the bats? No. Well, these bats, Cuban greater funnel-eared bats, I don't think I'm going to be seeing many of them anyway. But it says it's as though it's thought there are around 100 mature Cuban great funnel-eared bats left in existence. Now, these tan-furred creatures have large ears and a tail as long as their body and head combined, and they live in one cave in Cueva de la Barca on Cuba's westernmost point, and are suffering habitat loss as a result of the natural degradation of the cave. There are 10 other species of funnel-eared bats, including Mexican, Trinidadian, and Bahamian varieties. Now we've got the spoon-filled sand dipper. Dang, it looks like birds all just look kind of like birds to me. Okay, I'm going to know the difference between that and some kind of like bald eagle or something, or the golden eagle. But you get me. So it says, fiercely threatened by extinction. There are fewer than 100 spoon-billed sandpiper pairs left in the world. Its eye-catching bill is second only in style to its pretty plumage, which is just as attractive and distinctive in the winter as it is in summer. Now, the small wader is a favourite among twitchers and birdies exploring the wetlands of South Asia. And the WWT...
How dare you!
I don't think they're anything to worry about, Greta. I think they're helping you. It's doing all it can to preserve the charismatic species. And you go, so what's this thing? Oh, whoa. Vaquita? The vaquita? It sounds cool anyway, right? I'm going to keep pronouncing it like that. It's probably not like the vaquita. It sounds like a dance or some kind of drink. It sounds like a cocktail, doesn't it? Is the rarest marine animal and is endemic to Mexico's Gulf of California. This miniature porpoise was first discovered in the late 50s and has been battling for survival against fishnets. I was thinking, what, it's having a fight with a pair of tights? No, fishing nets. Get with it, Kev, come on. And illegal, no, I don't have fishnets on the brain. Why would I have fishnets on the brain? That's crazy. And illegal operations ever since. So it frequents the shallows, but it's a shy creature. So you're unlikely to spot one unless you're very still and have a lot of patience. So you kind of just don't look around and... You get me? There could be absolutely bajillions of these things. They're not quite that flamboyant beastie, so you might not see them. They might kind of just timber away, like timorous wee beasties, like Rabbie Burns said in his poem. Next up, we've got the greater bamboo lemur. So with the last of the population in southeastern Madagascar, the greater bamboo lemur is largest, or the largest, of the bamboo, not baboon, bamboo lemurs, identified by the tufts of white coming from its ears. So, boom, let's have a look. Oh, it's not a pretty look. I'm not going to ugly shame an animal. I don't think it's fair. Doesn't that look pretty much like the one we looked at? Is that the one we looked at then? What's the vaquita? Vaquita. Oh. Yeah, that's a different one altogether then, eh? Oh, that's an unfortunate looking fella. That's like somebody really young try to draw a really kind of poor kind of space shuttle. Does that not look like the space shuttle? Yeah. Did they model the space shuttle on this fish? Did they? That looks like the space shuttle. Hang on. Right, I'm not just making it up. Hang on, it looks like it. See? Black. Okay, granted, it's a stretch. I get it. But yes, folks, yes, like I said, nothing serious. Just chilling out, and we've only got 12 minutes until the show starts. So, I want to thank you for being here. Been awesome. I couldn't go without streaming today. I said to ZX over in the chat room, do you think I can get away with just like streaming to hang out and chill out with people and kill the time before we go on the main show? And he said, go for it. So I blame ZX if it's been a waste of time. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Join me over on tfrlive.com in 12 minutes when Kevin, aka NeSe, hashtag roll for US, will be run the show. Not run the show, but he'll be on the show with me. So I want to thank you again for being here. Hope you come back tomorrow. I'll find something far more interesting to talk about tomorrow. Maybe, though, it will be something like a once in a blue whale. So yeah, the blue whale spotted off the coast of Australia. And me, as elusive as the blue whale, I am out of here. But on the stream, we've got a different way of taking things out. Yes, we do. Because there's something I need to say before I go. Keep your mind open. Keep looking for the woo, but not to the point where your brain turns to black goo. Oh yeah, King of the Woo-Woo, the #1 abnormal paranormal show in the world. And that makes you people the coolest people in town. Oh yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Keep it real. I'll be back live in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Well, do. Go to tfrlive.com or Discord. See you there. Yes, I know I put that far too loud, and yes, you're looking at one of our new projects on After Effects. Oh, isn't that looking pretty cool, huh? Huh? Pretty cool, right? Big shout out to Marty as well. Rewind it, Marty. Quick fun stream. Once in a blue whale, don't miss it. Might be in our 100 years. Or 10 minutes. I'll be back soon, folks. I'll love you to bits. Keep it real. Keep your minds open, but not to the point where your brain spills out as black goo.